There were many outstanding nominees, but 4 individuals stood out as examples of leaders who have impacted the industry, achieved success, and inspired others.
So starting directly next to me, this is Liliana Ciurlino, and she is the Privacy and Communications Manager at loanDepot. Next, we have Bobby Singh. He is the Senior Vice President and Head of Digital at BET Networks. And we also have with us Andrew Malcolm. He is the Senior Vice President of Product Growth and Marketing at Evernote. Chris Smith is the co-founder of Curaytor. He's the author of The Conversion Code. And although Chris Smith was not able to join us today,
feed you, get you some light hair and makeup, nothing crazy obviously, and then video and photo throughout the day.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
No problem. I was meeting with our PR firm and I told them, we're going out there, there's hair and makeup. They're like, you better do it. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, a lot of the guys won't do the makeup. And I'm like, just do the makeup. I'm like, all right, I'll do the makeup.
My name's Chris Smith. I'm the co-founder of Curaytor. The best part about being a marketer for me is actually seeing my work distributed and engaged with and appreciated. And by the way, driving sales. The best part about marketing for me is when it actually moves the bottom line. I'm not big on, the stuff that's just for branding or just for buzz or just to go viral. For me, great marketing, and I think Ogilvy actually said this, it should be able to generate awareness and sales. There's a great quote, and I'm gonna butcher it, but it's basically Abraham Lincoln, and he said, if I had an hour to cut down trees, I'd spend 55 minutes sharpening my axe. I am a huge believer in learning. My first boss, he said, make sure you always learn more than you earn. But when it comes to like day-to-day, marketing changes every day. It's AI, it's chatbots, whatever it may be this week. So I don't think you can be in marketing without trying to learn every day.
Approach everything with some intellectual curiosity. What patterns can I learn from other industries? What experts can I tap into? I think you can continue to learn pretty much endlessly and keep your skills as fresh as they can be.
What is the marketing campaign you've been the most proud of?
We definitely don't do marketing in the way that everybody else does because our marketing budget is about 2 cents a user. And we, in both Skype and Evernote, we add 50,000 people a day without paying for anything. I mean, I started at Skype back in 2009. So like kind of before growth hacking was like a thing. So in reality, we're pretty much just growth hackers. Like we're incredibly great pricing, packaging, and growth hacking. So the best thing that I've ever done, at least not best, but most valuable monetarily, was so Skype. About 61% of people know you can make a phone call from Skype, or knew back then. But you're not a regulated telco, so you can't even say the words phone call.
Wow.
So how could you communicate this idea that you should be making phone calls from Skype without saying it? And that was when we came up, we saw like the dial pad is one of the most universally recognized things in the world. If you float a dial pad in the first 3 days that somebody is with Skype, you can literally increase the value of every cohort by 11%.
Wow.
Which took about 4 hours to build and 4 days to QA and created $100 million.
Jeez. That's so cool. Do you guys do this? Were you doing any ads in the freemium or?
We never did
True
ads.
premium, free.
Never did ads in Skype or Evernote.
The trend that comes to mind for me is that you can market to people in the most relevant way in the history of man. Like an extreme example would be, you see a t-shirt, moms that live in Florida that were born in Ohio that love kids. And that's an extreme example, but relevancy is my most exciting thing in marketing. Like the fact that I love the ads I see because I want to see them. They're ads that I would, if they were an ad or not, I would still click it. I think relevancy is the most exciting trend. I think that 100% of your ads and your creative can be useful.
One of the biggest problems facing marketers is not knowing their target demographic. So getting into a new industry or a new profession, starting your new brand, get to know your target demographic, get to know those people. But if we start out with what we think we know, what's worked for us in the past, start putting those things out there, we might be completely off target and miss the mark completely. We need to take a lot more time doing our research, getting to know what they're excited about. What content do they want? How many times can you send a survey out or get in the field and hang out with them and get to know them and see what's going to excite them to want to engage with your brand?
How do you generate an emotional connection based on their needs? So it's the softer side married with the quantitative side that's really exciting for me.
So we do both content that's derivative to television, so really aiming to drive interest awareness around our television shows and our tentpole events, and then leading into the premiere of the show, engaging the audience during the show and having a conversation with them.
I mean, I thought the millennial generation now, like, they just don't watch TV.
They don't watch it on a TV.
Right, they just consume it on Netflix.
They watch video content.
Right, they watch tons of video content, but nothing
a lot of it's on
TV,
mobile, right? Some of, some of the consumption happens on the television set, but the younger audience is, of course, more comfortable with just consuming a tablet. So we, of course, have our television programming, but as I mentioned earlier, we're creating digital original content specifically for the different platforms where audiences are consuming content, right? So I think we can still do that under the BET umbrella. So there's huge room to grow, and we need to drive the reach and the relevance of the brand for the younger audience. But it's a very deliberate approach to engaging the audience.
Yeah.
Right. So that's exactly, the type of stuff that we need to be doing more of. But then also at the same time creating a lot of content that is intended to just live on all of these different platforms, right? So the consumption experience on a Snapchat is going to be different from the experience on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Different platforms for different use cases, right? So Twitter is a conversational platform, and it's always about now, like what's happening right now that I need to know about, and how do I engage in a conversation with the community on the platform
About the show more than, hey, the show's ready.
Right, and it's,
You can do both.
it's not so for us it's not just about always talking about our shows or our own priorities. It's about being a part of the community. So it's engaging the audience and having a conversation and curating the best of what's out there from a social standpoint or whatever's going on.
We live in a mobile, modern, digital YouTube, Instagram world, and I don't know that anybody on the planet is using those tools. It's okay.
Like a little raffle every day.
It's okay. See the boss?
Yeah.
He can do that.
What tipped you off?
Yeah, the way you didn't yell at him without going over there.
Well, I'm happy to talk about anything you'd like to talk about.
What were you the most proud of? What campaign do you remember most fondly?
Well, first off, I would tell you that that those 7 years were the best 7 years Burger King has ever had in its history, both before and since. We strang together 7 years of same-store sales growth, which on the heels of 7 straight years of negative sales, and since 2010, their sales have gone, unfortunately for them, have gone down. So the most exciting part was seeing the cash registers ring. And
I love your answer. So many marketing people, I feel like they're in it for the award.
Yeah.
And ultimately, you need more people eating their burger.
Yes, well, folks would talk about the work. There was, I heard you speaking about the fact that not all the great businesses have to spring from Silicon Valley, and I make a similar speech. I tell folks that Madison Avenue is no longer the place where so-called creativity lives. It can be anywhere, and I say this in small towns, in Iowa and Nebraska when I speak to AMA chapters there. The creative briefing process that I brought with me, the one that I wanted used for Burger King, the basis of it is about the importance of tension. Without tension, there's no great advertising. Which leads me to answer your question.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you incorporate?
Whopper Freakout was a great demonstration.
Say that again?
Whopper Freakout.
Okay.
It was a great demonstration of that tension because we had done a deprivation study, a panel where our most heavy users, we called them super fans at the time, were asked to not eat a Whopper for 30 days and instead, eat wherever you wanted and chronicle in a journal, take pictures, what you ate, how you're feeling, and so forth.
Okay.
And what we basically deduced from that was that when you have a taste for a Whopper, nothing else will do. And that was a source of tension that we said, well, let's go take it away for real in our restaurants and film it live. And that's what.
So people would go to the register and order it, and you're like, we don't sell
It's
Whoppers.
been discontinued.
And they just got pissed.
They got pissed. They got
love
sad.
it.
They got they questioned the competence
Sure.
of the manager.
They probably might have even caused a fist fight or two.
Well, we even had producers that had to like follow people who screeched away in their cars out of anger to tell them that they were just part of a TV commercial.
Wow.
All the work that we did was based on tension that was relevant.
Where can
You
we get
used
that?
the word relevance. You know, if it's not relevant tension, then it just goes right over somebody's head.
Right. I would say, though, the thing I'm most proud of from all of that is the fact that, and I try to keep track of this, that there are over 40 people who've worked with me who are in the C-suite somewhere.
Wow.
Over my career. It's not just BK, obviously, but so I like following.
So you like to be a mentor, you like to
I love to
teach.
see people succeed that maybe got a little piece of me as part of it, you know.
Thanks for sharing that. For me, 5 years, 10 years from now, I want to mentor people. One of my big passions is that not all the great ideas come out of Silicon Valley. Like, I'm from Polk County, Florida, and I started a fast-growing business. So I'm very passionate about the fact that the people getting the opportunity to succeed today will change 5 to 10 years from now. Being able to help businesses outside of Silicon Valley grow like a Silicon Valley startup, that's what I'll probably be doing 5 years from now.
I've been lucky to win several awards in my career and get a lot of mainstream press, but getting this 4 Under 40 award from the AMA was truly a special experience, whether it was getting to speak with the former CMO of Burger King or getting to hang out with the other winners from Evernote and BET and loanDepot, or just really getting to be at the office in Chicago and kind of looking at how marketing and that entire ecosystem has changed over the decades. It was really humbling, but at the end of the day, the awards are nice, the accolades are nice, but the work is what leads to the awards, and the work that we do for our clients at Curaytor, and the work that I do with my marketing team, and the work that our marketers do, and the work that we see our clients do through our software, you know, that really is the big payoff. So really proud of this award. Thank you to the AMA for giving it to me, but I'm gonna get back to trying to earn another one.